Belkys Alvarez.
Yes.
We are lucky. Today she brought us a cowboy hat. She brought us candy. It's kind
Happy
of
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
This is
I'm
awesome.
going to open it up to test it out.
Look at the
Belkys,
decorations.
You're with Hacienda Los Robles.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So tell the people what Hacienda is while I'm trying to open this candy.
Okay, so Hacienda Los Robles is a vintage venue in the heart of the Redland. And we specialize in weddings, and we also do other events like commercial filming. We also do anniversary parties, birthday parties. And the most important thing for us is we make it very personalized, and we want to welcome everybody to visit the Redland and see what it really is all about. We schedule tours all the time. They're complimentary. And it's just fun showing everybody how lucky we are to be in such a beautiful place. I call it Miami's countryside.
That's when I first met her. I had the privilege of over a year ago before COVID to come out there and do a tour. Fell in love with the place.
What
The
do you
barn
tour?
wasn't quite finished yet, but now it's totally finished. It's gorgeous.
Okay, so what do you
gorgeous.
tour? Is Barnes new to South Florida?
We had a heck of a time finding a good barn builder. So I think that they are. Our barn builder came out of Georgia, and that's all he does. He's built over 150 barns. And it's not just the barn. I always say it's not just the barn. It's the charm. It's everything.
I love that.
Love
Yeah.
that. Barn
How
with
big a
charm.
barn is it?
The barn is 4,200 square feet. It tops about 50 feet high. It has 10 tons of air conditioning, which is great in South Florida.
So, summertime events as well.
Absolutely. 6 restrooms, state-of-the-art areas. Not one piece of wood from one of the, most popular supply companies. I don't want to mention any names, but all of the wood was brought in from Georgia and from North Carolina.
Wow.
And handmade, no types of kits. Everything was customized by our architects. And it is a true event barn. And our tables are all cypress tables, farm tables, made from the leftover wood from the barn. And the barn itself has some reclaimed wood that's over 150-year-olds inside.
All right,
Wow.
so you host weddings, parties, anniversaries.
Yes.
Events for South Day Chamber members.
Yes,
coming up.
absolutely.
How did you and your husband get into? Hold on a second. This chocolate is unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Save a piece for me.
Go ahead. Tell us what.
So when my husband and I originally moved over to the Hacienda, because there is a main house on the Hacienda, we just wanted a change of experiencing moving to the country. We wanted to know what that felt like. And shortly thereafter, my son and my daughter-in-law were celebrating their first year wedding anniversary. And they said, Mom, can we go out there and do some pictures in the Hacienda? And I said, of course. Their photographer, she's amazing, very, very humble photographer, but very well known. She said to me, this has venue written all over it. I thought she meant for photography. And she said, oh no, for hosting weddings.
Who was that? Whose idea was that?
This is Melissa from Simply Captivating.
Okay, people don't know. You got this barn, but you have a bed and breakfast too.
Yeah. We do. We are not an Airbnb. We are a state licensed bed and breakfast. So we are checked on continuously by the Florida Department of Health. And we're very proud of always scoring 100% compliance whenever they come out.
How big a bed and breakfast? How many rooms?
Especially now.
The bed and breakfast, we have cabins outside that we have our couples usually stay at the cabins. And there's also 2 rooms in the main house. So we normally can do up to 10 guests at a time.
10 couples?
10 couples. And we have a contract in place with our local Best Western, who will accommodate, if we have more than 10, they can stay at the hotel. They're going to get a reduced price, and they're going to be shuttled to and from the day of the wedding, which is very convenient.
Nice.
Very convenient.
Very.
So we've tried to think about every little single detail.
Excuse me, Kerry.
Yes, I know.
Kerry's dying to here, take that.
I'm dying.
All right, so
can I offer one to you as well?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank
I
you
like the one with nuts in them.
We're gonna eat
I like those nuts.
So,
He doesn't want
how
me to
many
eat it.
weddings do you do a year?
This year,
Listen to this.
That's the year before. Let's don't use.
Yeah, well, the year before was the COVID year.
How about 2019?
2019, we had just opened the barn, and we might have done that year maybe 30 weddings. This year we have 60 signed weddings. 2021, we have 60 weddings, and it was an experience when we had to suddenly shut down, because of the COVID and learn how to manage the virus and keep everybody safe. We closed, and I felt terrible for our couple that year in March. We had to close 7 days before their wedding, no choice. And we reopened in October of 2020. And since then, we haven't stopped. And I get asked often, what, by our brides especially, what are we doing? How are people reacting? And my personal opinion is people are dying to get out. So if you have a business, regardless of where it is, but especially out in the Redland or out in South Dade, make yourself available to everyone because they want to get out of the house. Just make it safe for them. At the Hacienda, we take incredible measures to be safe. We, for example, when we're having a wedding, we're going to make sure we're going to test temperatures. Like I was tested when I walked in here today. And all of our staff are wearing masks and face shields and disposable gloves. We have the hand sanitizers throughout the entire property. We're doing social distancing. We have now a bathroom attendant specifically for the restrooms inside the barn, which every 30 minutes are cleaned, amazingly cleaned. And we change our air filters in the barn after every event. And then after the barn is cleaned by the third sweep after an event, we have a professional COVID company come in and fog the entire barn.
Wow.
For the protection.
Right, so
That's the way to do it.
you
That
don't
is
just
the way to do it
weddings.
right there.
I mean, you can have office parties there.
You
How
can.
many people could fit in there comfortably without
250 fit comfortably.
with COVID and all that, 6 feet? Wow.
Yeah.
So with her gorgeous venue
Thank you.
and the others that we have out there, one of the things that we're really encouraging all of our members and beyond business owners down there is like, you don't have to go down to the Keys. You don't have to go up to Miami to bring your folks together. You can be socially distanced and you only have to drive, 20 minutes, maybe just out to the Redland, from the east side of South Dade all the way over to the west side. Very little to like no traffic at all. I tell everybody that the worst traffic I got when I was going to another venue was getting stuck behind two ducks, as they're like having a morning conversation. They had no idea I was behind them, and a couple peacocks.
Yes.
That kind of traffic, I think anyone would be willing to put up with to come into one of these gorgeous venues that we have. And then you're home within minutes from there.
Right.
So you live in the bed and breakfast, you and your husband?
We do. My husband and I live on the property. And
What is your husband's name? Because
Marshall,
we hear you're
He's a prince.
Prince?
He's a prince. Yeah, he is.
Marshall, off record, before the show, your wife says you're the beast.
Yeah.
You do everything. So thank you, Marshall.
he's the muscle.
Yeah, he's
behind
the muscle.
brand.
Marshall with the muscles.
That's right.
So-
he sure is.
Customers, what wedding couple was far away? Like,
Where's
they
the
come to a
furthest?
state, country.
We've had couples. We haven't had any out of the country yet, but we have had couples that are coming in from New York, from Washington D.C., from Colorado.
Wait, for weddings?
Yeah, they live there, and a lot of their family is here in Miami, so they choose to come down so they can have more of their family join them.
Especially in the wintertime, because that's why we say the Redland is quickly becoming, if it's not already, the winter wedding destination capital of our nation is right here in the Redland, because where else can you go in January and February have a gorgeous outdoor wedding without freezing to death?
Exactly. And they really enjoy it. We try to create different little surprises for them, little touches for them to take in everything. Like, I can show you a beautiful picture, but you can't see the butterflies. You can't hear the birds singing. Maybe a rooster is singing. Maybe a horse is talking to another horse. These are things that we live constantly on our property, and we see it around the Redland. And it's an experience for someone to just hear a rooster sing, all of a sudden, or it's different.
Have you had theme parties or theme weddings there? I mean, to have a wedding that everybody dresses as a cowboy or anything like that?
We haven't had that yet, but you just gave me a great idea. My parents this year on Thanksgiving are celebrating their 60th diamond wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And if God allows me to, I think I'm going to do a theme wedding. Maybe we'll do a 60s because that was the time that they got married. So thank you for the
Good
insight.
idea. Good idea.
Well,
Love it.
It's pretty cool because when you look at the picture behind, can you get the camera right behind Kate? That looks unbelievable.
I know, it's gorgeous. You got and
Kerry.
listen, by the way, a few beautiful pictures like this don't even do the
Thank
venue
you.
justice. I
Thank
mean, when
you.
you, like I've been there, and even at that time, it wasn't 100% finished, and now it is. It is absolutely spectacular, beautiful venue, and I think we even have some pictures.
There it
Look
is,
at
right
that.
There you go.
Look at that.
That's our
And-
1923 Ford farm truck. We call him Henry. That's his
Does it
name.
work?
We pull him around.
Okay, good answer. He works. He works.
He works, yeah.
Okay. So
See, there's a
this
wedding.
was
Uh-huh.
outside.
Well, that's actually cocktail hour before they go into the barn.
Mhm.
We like to keep the barn closed as a surprise for when they walk in. And the barn has a balcony up top, and we will sneak in our couple, our wedding couple.
Mm.
They go up to the balcony and they welcome their guest into the
Love it.
barn. So it's
I was thinking
Love
the
it.
balcony, like Mrs.
Oh, look at that.
Robinson. Remember
Yeah.
the Mrs. Robinson? When
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is the inside of the barn, and it's just the center of the barn. The barn is actually 4,200 square feet, and here it is wedding ready. I believe this was your wedding, Vanessa.
Oh, we're gonna meet
And,
Vanessa in a minute.
yeah, Vanessa's very lucky. Her mom owns a flower shop. So,
Oh,
so Gire Floros did all
Keep
those
it in the
hanging.
family.
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. The wedding of, look at that. That was her wedding.
wow,
It was just
wow,
gorgeous.
way to go, Mom.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
way to go.
She's
It was-
probably a little on the proud side, I'm sure. And
Yes, that 1957 prize-winning Chevy is ours, and we pick up our couple as soon as they're married in that Chevy.
Wow.
And
There is
this is a whole
theme.
experience.
There,
whole
yes,
experience.
exactly. We're very vintage, and that day Marshall takes a nice bath, puts on his best suit, and he's their chauffeur.
Way to go, Marshall.
So, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what did you and Marshall do before this?
So I have been a senior healthcare industry consultant for the past 23 years.
That's
what
all come in handy this past year, right?
It's come in handy. Well, for 23 years, Kerry, I've taught what to do in a pandemic situation. And I was short by 50%, but I've
Wow.
learned. And one of the things that we do, that I do, is to make sure that all of that compliance factor that I do in my job as a consultant, as a business consultant, is I've applied it to the Hacienda.
There you go.
So it's not about identifying what we do good; it's what we can always do better.
Right.
And that's what I do on a daily basis.
And
In
that's
all
what
honesty.
keeps our businesses from
Yes.
here to here and
Yes.
getting through, and not just surviving through something like this,
Absolutely.
but thriving through
Yes.
something like that. You
Yes.
just nailed it right there.
Exactly.
So do me a favor, Belkys, introduce me to our next guest.
Okay, so this is Vanessa Caballero, and Vanessa is the venue manager at the Hacienda. She's my personal assistant. I don't have enough words to say thank you to her for everything she does with so much passion. But another role that Vanessa has played at the Hacienda is that she is an Hacienda bride. She was actually our first bride to get married once COVID allowed us to resume working, which is so important to be viable and to work and to share everything that you can and be productive and help our community be productive as well. So there she is, and she has a lot of things that she can share with us.
A lot of energy. Go- Tell us, how did you find out about Hacienda?
So my family and I have been working closely with Belkys. We actually met at a bridal show a couple years back. But every time that we would do a wedding there, it just captivated me completely, from the moment that the guests arrived, how her staff treated everyone. And we had the best testimonials from a lot of brides that we helped there with their flowers. So when I got engaged during the pandemic, my husband Raul and I, we wanted to do it at the Hacienda.
Mm.
And because of the calendar being booked already, we thought that we were going to do it for 2021 or 2022. But when our date opened, we took advantage right away.
Excellent.
We did it in 5 months. So one of the amazing things of the Hacienda is that they really do hold your hand
Mhm.
as soon as you sign. And it was such a blessing because, dealing with the stress, our guests had a lot of insecurities at one point or concerns, but they were able to help each and every one of them. Like Belkys said, taking temperatures, and everybody had a great time. So we were definitely very blessed. We stayed the night. So
You had the whole experience.
We were part of the
They
bed
did.
and breakfast as well.
So can you tell us where you went on your honeymoon, or are we allowed to talk about that?
So we haven't gone on our honeymoon yet.
Okay,
We
like a
wanna
lot of
go,
people.
yes, out of the country, but we have been doing some traveling in the U.S.
Nice, very nice. So tell us, you said you had 60 weddings coming up, or event. Is it just weddings only at this moment, or
I would
or
say
events?
that 95% of them are weddings.
Okay, so most of your weekends are already booked, right?
They are. Most
So
are.
tell us about during the weekday. Like what kind of business would you like to have sent your way, or come on? Do you do any
Well,
business during the weekday? Can you
we do a
regroup that
lot of-
quickly after? Because
Right.
weddings, because we just hired Alina Moletta. Hi, Alina. She's going to kill me for doing this. She's turning red from here all the way up. She worked with another venue for, many, many years. She's been a wedding planner as well. And now she's on staff with us. And when you just sit down and you go over just like this event that we'll talk about in a minute, we have coming up in a couple of days, a spotlight on the Redland, the myriad of teeny tiny little details. And that when those things get missed, that's what makes a bride sometimes get very nervous and very upset. So when you have a venue like La Hacienda that actually goes above and beyond, and like you said, hold your hand,
Yes.
walks you through it, because this is the most important day of a young lady's life.
Absolutely.
And everyone wants it to be special. And that's where a planner comes in a venue that gets all of that
We do.
and says, here, relax. We're going to take
do.
care of you.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure you're staying, especially this season, staying safe and healthy and all that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. We just
Yeah.
want you to have a great time, enjoy your family, enjoy this moment,
Right.
and never forget it.
Absolutely. One of the things that I always ask my staff, everybody, and we're a team, everybody's input is so important. I ask, are we Disney ready? And everybody says, yes, we are, Belkys.
Nice.
That's how we do
the
it
way
at the
to do it.
Hacienda.
So let me do a little segue in there and keep you on here and
course.
talk about this in just a minute. So for over a year now, we have been planning the spotlight on the Redland. We've been waiting for the Redland venue ordinances to come down through the county. Former Commissioner Cava, now Mayor Cava, and former Commissioner Moss, now this is Commissioner McGee's office, worked very hard for years on getting these ordinances. And as you know, that we have to have boundaries as well. We are in the Redland. I know I've had some business, I'm in the Redland, I don't have to have a business license, all that kind of stuff. No, absolutely. You have to have all of this. We have to be a legitimate region,
Yes.
because we want the great actors like you guys to really prosper and thrive. And we want everyone to have the level playing field. And that's what these ordinances will do. So Charles Pratt, our ag manager for Miami-Dade County, is going to be there. He's going to be talking about the ordinances. We have sponsors, and I'm going to name them off here in just a minute. You're going to recognize at least one of these names. So we have sponsors. We want to first thank RF Orchids. I'm sure you know them very well.
Very nice.
They are our venue sponsor, and we're going to have it over there. This is this Thursday. And by the way, everyone, don't go online and see how you can register. We are completely and totally sold out. Like, we are overbooked. So we have no more space available. And we also have Hub Ventures. They're going to be our sponsor. We have Center State Bank, who's a wonderful sponsor. We have Paget Productions, which I was telling you about before
Yes.
this show. Josh Paget, thank you so very much for coming out and doing what he's going to be doing by the production side of it all. We have Spur of the Moment Ranch, which are also members of the chamber. You might know them as well. We have Commissioner Danielle Cohen-Higgins. Thank you, Commissioner. She's one of our key sponsors as well, one of our top sponsors. And we have several other sponsors as well. So what are we doing? We have invited venue owners, photographers, valet parkers, those kinds of businesses to come on out. Lots of, we have at least a dozen venue wedding planners coming out as well. You get to meet some others as well. And we're pulling all of these. It's a whole entire industry that's out in the Redland. These venues that we have, and this ag tourism that's developing, has kind of helped to keep us afloat through all of this. We want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. We're going to be talking about mom and pop grants as well, but we're going to talk about a lot about the venues in the Redland, what's making them successful, offering a lot of great information for you guys and gals and the other almost 100 folks that are going to be coming out there as well, so that your businesses can prosper in the Redland and have more business come your way.
Wonderful.
That's what this is going to be all about. So finally, after a year, it's probably been about a year and a half now.
Yep.
We've been talking. Now the ordinances are here. We're going to have this thing. So we want to thank all of our sponsors, all those folks I gave a shout out to, but I had to give one more shout out.
Okay.
And you might want to look at us. We have some other members who do like all the facials and all the, additional makeup, and they can come and have a spa day
Super
right
nice.
there,
Super
in
nice.
Homestead. We want to offer that up as well, get to know that. But we also have a brand new member. She's this close to opening up her business. Her name is Clara, and she's with Body Flow Inc. She's a physical therapist. and she's going to be in the General Homestead area. And so Clara, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you here to help you and do whatever you can do to make your business wildly successful. That's all things wildly successful. That's our slogan. And anything that we can be doing to drive business her way as well. So we can talk about that off camera as well. So I just want to say thank you, ladies, for the effort and the investment that you have made. I mean, this place is no small investment. No, it's right here in the Redland. It's right here in South Dade. Again, we talked about off camera as well about what makes South Dade so unique from all the rest of Miami-Dade County is the Redland. And so we want to preserve the Redland, prosperous businesses. That's what the chamber is all about when it comes to the Redland, making sure that everyone has that opportunity to really thrive. And, people talk about us maybe being one day like, Napa Valley and that kind of thing. But I think we're going to have our own identity. And it's going to be, and help me out here. By the way, we also have Bill Hansen Catering. I cannot not mention Bill Hansen Catering. I know you guys use them. I'll talk about that in a minute.
We have a gold package at the Hacienda. That's Bill Hansen's gold package.
Yes.
We're very proud of being able to partner with him in that. And
he's renowned catering service right here. And does all kinds of different packages as well. Members of the chamber, their trustees, your trustee partners as well. He's going to be bringing Bill Talbert from the GMCVB as well. So Bill Talbert would be there talking about the Redland, Wedland and Miami Land. And just, it's overwhelming at times when I sit back and I think about all the extraordinary things that are happening in South Dade.
It's super important, the compliance with the ordinances, because it's the only way we can keep it whole and safe from getting damaged and losing that beautiful, nature that we have in the Redland. Like I said, it's our countryside in Miami. When I tell people I live in the Redland, they ask, where is that? I said, it's the countryside of Miami. Miami has a countryside. It really does.
Well, you happen to live between two national parks. You live next to the Everglades.
Yes.
That's your neighbor.
Yes.
To the west and to the east, you got Biscayne Bay.
Absolutely. Both beautiful, and they should be visited by all means.
What did you guys do before you did this business?
He was
off camera eating some more candy by the way.
Yes, exactly. So I've done healthcare industry consulting for the past 23 years, and my husband's an entrepreneur. So he develops businesses, and then once they're thriving, he normally sells them and goes into the next project. He loves vintage old cars. He's just restored a 1969 Ford Bronco from scratch.
So where do you keep them?
Wow.
In the garage.
Because you have
5 acres is a lot of space, right?
On the Hacienda. They're on the Hacienda.
And how many cars does Papa have?
He has 5. Papi has 5.
Do we call him
growing?
Papi?
Papi.
Yep.
Papi.
And his family's babies are growing.
Yes,
little by
exactly.
little.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have 5. What do you know the cars?
I do. We have a
That's impressive.
Yes, we have a 1923 Ford Model T, which is the one that sits outside of the barn, and we have a 1930 Ford Model A, which is our bride's car.
A.
And we have a 1957 Chevy Bel Air. Chevy Bel Air. Yeah, 2-door, one no column. You see? Now, don't ask me what motor it has. It's the original one. That's all I can say.
We're totally impressed already.
Exactly. I'm not changing the oil and anything like that. And we have let me see. Oh, we have the 1969 Bronco that was just completed. And car number 5, I'm trying to remember which one it is, and I'm going to owe you that one because I can't remember that one.
Very impressive.
Does Poppy work on them?
He does. He
That's
does.
Some people buy a car and they hire people. He works on not the body work, but connecting things.
Exactly. And, he's a very detailed person. So we do sometimes have to hire specialists to do electrical or something like that. But I see him, I see Amazon arriving at my door. Another package. It's for the Bronco, or for whatever. And it's him tweaking it and making it this little detail, that little detail.
Well, exciting.
So
very
it's
exciting.
Nice.
Very exciting.
I can't wait to see your home and
You're always
barn.
welcomed.
So what's happening with South Dade Chamber?
So on top of all what we have been working on for the last couple of weeks, just all the details we talked about is the Spotlight on the Redland that's happening this Thursday from 4 to 7 over at RF Orchids. We're doing all of that. We're already starting to plan for March's event again out in the Redland. We'll be at Spur of the Moment Ranch as well. We're going to do March is Women in History Month. and we're going to be honoring and celebrating about 50 military women and or spouses of the military. We're going to be, hosting them, celebrating them, and again out in the Redland as well. So we've already started working on that one. So if you want to know more information about that, call the office, ask for Alina. She'll take care of you as well. And then we have a surprise coming up in April that I'm not going to talk about right now. But anyway,
trustees,
brand new trustee right here, here.
Can we get a round of applause?
Thank you.
So we're very excited about that.
We are super excited about being part of the South Dade Chamber. I feel that it's super important to be involved, and we feel safe because you know how I hold our bride's hands. I feel like you're holding our hands and guiding us the right way. And so I feel very privileged and very honored and blessed to be part of this amazing organization.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And likewise as well.
And thank you for stepping up and being part of the community even more.
Mm-hmm.
So any new members?
So we talked about, we have Clara, Body Flow Inc., physical therapist. She's this close to opening up. We'll do a ribbon cutting for her when she's ready for us to do that. We'll be inviting you guys to come as well.
Wonderful.
And then other than our new trustees right here, that's pretty exciting.
And it's exciting because, people think they know Redland. Most of us drive on the main street. We go Chrome or we do whatever the streets are. You don't go off the sides, and there's so much going on. People don't see the weddings. They all hear about. They all know about the winery.
Yes,
Peter. But there's more to Redland than Peter.
There is.
There is. Huge amount of breeders. But there's there are animal breeders there. There's bird breeders. There's
fish.
There's fish. And you guys, the weddings,
a lot of fish,
and people going there for weddings.
I'll share with you that when my husband and I originally decided that we wanted to make that change and move to the country or to the Redland, the first place we went was to the Schnellbys, and we fell in love.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot fall in love with Schnellbys.
It was an amazing
experience. You have to. And by the way, they're going to be sponsoring the beverages. Yeah. The beverages at the event, Spotlight on the Redland on Thursday.
Peter and Dennis Moss opened the door, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
What Peter did is pulled everybody together as one, and because of his
visionary, he is quite the visionary.
He really set the tone for everybody. Hey, and he says, if I could do it, you could do it too.
Absolutely.
And that brought, makes it great because you get people, the honeymooners come to your place. They're going to go all through Redland.
Absolutely. And and back then, I don't know now, but Commissioner Moss created a package that was designed to attract businesses to our area.
Exactly.
And he made it easy, literally easy, for us to thrive. We had that opportunity. And I think that those businesses need to make themselves known so that people can get away from all this stress that they have during the week in the city and take a drive into the country and learn about all of these different, even bringing their children to see a horse. It's just another experience. It's really very positive.
And you offer the bookends. You have the ocean on the north side.
Yes.
On the southwest side, you have the Redland, and then everything in between. And we are a huge county, but we have so much to offer. I mean, you could come here for a whole entire week, do something different every single day, and still miss so many opportunities and have that broad spectrum experience, not just the beach.
Just in South Dade, you can go Homestead Bayfront, and then the next day you go to the Everglades. Next day you do your wedding at your place. Next day you go drinking at Peter's place.
There you and eating. You can eat there as well.
And then the next day you go see the bird places.
Yes.
Is what's the guy who digs up holes and makes pools? What's his name? Bystrom. What's it called? Bystrom? His name's Bystrom?
You're totally putting me on the spot.
No, the guy that makes pools. Doesn't matter.
Okay. We have Reef Tropical. We have Reef Tropical. They're members of the chamber. They do these gorgeous, pools for.
That's nice.
For mansions and things like that.
One of
They're
the things
amazing.
that the Hacienda wants to do, as I was speaking with you before we started on air, is that we want to definitely be involved in giving back to the community. And we would like to organize for this Easter, if we can, an invitation to children that are battling cancer or who are in remission, and we'd love to have an Easter egg hunt for them.
Brilliant.
And the opportunity to take pictures in front of the barn with the Easter bunny. So I am going to be reaching out to you, Kerry, and letting you know how we're going to do it.
Love promoting those kinds of things for our members.
We look forward to having people bring their children and enjoy a day in the country
Absolutely.
and have an Easter egg.
Okay,
hunt.
Belky, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
dear.
moving one
I was
hat.
gonna-
Here we go.
I was going to call Vanessa to do this part.
Okay, question first. You were born in Cuba, moved here when you're 4. Elementary school, which one?
Seminole Elementary.
Who's your favorite teacher? Do you remember one?
Mrs. Ritalik. Kindergarten. What an incredible influence.
What a great memory,
Wait,
too.
wait, I know, I'm telling you.
You know, it's funny.
I do not
I
remember
can
my
name
K5.
my kindergarten to 6th grade teacher, so
Mhm.
they do make a difference.
Mhm.
Junior high, you went to West Miami.
West Miami.
You have a favorite teacher there?
Let me see if I can remember West Miami. I can't remember the teacher's name,
That's right.
but I had 7th grade college bound English. And when the Mariel boat lift happened, they assigned me and a couple of friends that loved English so much to teach them how to speak English.
How
Very good.
very nice.
High
Mhm.
school, you went to South Miami.
Yes,
Who
I
was your
did.
favorite teacher?
South Miami, I would say it was Mr. Scarnecchia, my driving teacher.
Hey, we
He
could
taught
definitely
me
use
to
a few better
drive.
drivers in Miami-Dade
Driver's
County.
ed, there
Enough
we
said about
go.
that.
All right. So, you ready?
I was born ready.
Okay.
Your favorite taco place? Homestead, South Dade, anywhere. Go.
I love Taco Bell, to be honest with you.
There you go, it's fine.
Simple.
Okay,
Fine.
that's okay. Birthdays. Start
2 gifts every year.
That's my
Bam.
mom.
Hey,
Cool.
you know how lucky that is?
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
Any offspring?
2.
Birthdays?
Natalie, March 19th. Enrique, February 12th.
Any grandchildren?
3.
Birthdays?
Valentina is October 17th. Brandon is February the 16th. And Jacob is August 31st.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All beautiful family.
Okay. When you go out to dinner, where's your favorite place to eat fish?
I love Bahama Fish.
Where's
It's
that?
an old little staple, downtown Southwest 8th Street. And I
Hey,
also
what?
8th Street and about 70th. And
Oh,
I
oh.
also love going to, I want to say Casa Blanca. They're right on the river. The boats
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
pull
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
And you
there. It
choose
is very
it.
good. It's very good.
Those are my
Mhm.
2 favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
New Year's resolution. Did you have one?
I did have one,
What was it?
to enjoy life more.
Ah,
Okay.
great.
All right. Next question. Pizza. What's your favorite pizza place?
Redland's Pizza is one of my
It's very
favorites.
good.
Well,
Very good. There's a pizza place in the
Yeah,
Redland.
it's in the
Right?
Redlands,
They're
yes.
very good.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you grew up. Let's see. Favorite burger place. Go.
Burger King.
Wow.
Love it.
Woman.
I love it.
I
love
love the
it.
Whopper.
Favorite hot dog place.
I normally make them at home, and I
What kind of
I
hot
really,
dog.
I buy the 100% Angus beef hot dogs,
Mhm.
and then I like to load them up a little bit, and I like to find a bun that fits the size of the hot dog.
Sweet.
Okay. When
So-
you come back up here again,
Mhm.
you go to Bird Road and 88th Street. You go to Arbetter's.
Mhm.
and
Yes,
You say Grant Miller's buying, and they'll give you hot dogs.
that's awesome. And I
Put on his
should have
tab.
remembered them. I just don't go down that way as often,
When
but
you
I'm
do,
definitely going to
You go
go.
to the cashier. Grant Miller's buying, and you'll get as much
I
as you
would,
want.
I'm going to write that down.
Your superhero as a kid.
My superhero as a kid was Superman because he could fly.
Yeah. He doesn't want to fly, right?
Your favorite animal.
My dog Tarzan and Jane,
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of
I
dogs?
love it.
German Shepherds. Mhm.
When you go out to eat, where do you eat chicken?
Where do I eat chicken?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your favorite? Like,
I'm really more of a beef eater, to be honest with
Okay.
you.
My kind of gal right
So-
here.
sorry
My
about
kind
that
of
okay,
gal.
next one, sushi.
Sushi, sushi. I normally get my sushi at Publix, to be
Okay,
honest with
that's
you
all
as
right.
well.
There you go. There you
They
go.
have a great sushi chef.
We had 2 more questions. As a kid, what was your favorite Christmas gift?
A baby Chrissy doll that her hair got pulled out. She had this beautiful red hair, and I could just pull out her hair and make it long or make it short, and I could carry her. She's like a real size live baby. Until this day, I have her.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The magic of the mix.
Okay.
Why is your place the place to be?
Because when you come to the Hacienda, it's like you're coming home. It's personalized, it's family oriented, and we pay attention to every single detail. We don't miss one. It's our objective to make sure that this day is forever the specialist day in your life.
Now, see,
You-
Vanessa, they're shaking her head.
Your,
Yes,
your
yes, yes.
assistant,
Got
Vanessa, is glowing.
She always is.
Yeah. So
She's amazing.
thank you for what you do for our community, because you and Peter and Hanson has changed South Dade
it.
completely.
Absolutely. And I hope it
Mhm.
keeps growing and changing more and that we become, the diamond in this of South Dade, that everybody in Miami wants to come and see us.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's the magic of the
diamond's
mix
there.
right there.
You're just polishing it.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Thank you for what you guys do.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us here
The
today.
magic in the mix is all of our members coming together, help each other out, bring business in business, refer business, and build up our community together.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Belkys.
Let's all look at
welcome.
that camera right there. Wave goodbye. Thank you very much for watching South Dade Chamber of Commerce. Have a great day.
Thank you.